Eric actually glowed up. How did you turn Chad?
Okay, jeez.
Show that to the camera.
Dude, you had glasses?
You look like Mr. Beast. You look like Mr. fucking Beast. What the? Show it to the camera. Show it to the folks.
No.
Yeah.
It's forever locked away.
No.
Yeah.
Is that a Glick stick right there?
That's a Glick stick.
Your lungs hate you. What flavor is that?
Actually, I stole it from the girl, so it's I don't know.
So everybody's getting those from Aldo now, huh?
It's
Aldo sells vapes.
orange mango Tabasco.
Aldo, everyone who works at Aldo is a
only
Eastern
one I
European lady who sells vapes and shoes.
Aldo Spring.
That brand is the only one I see. It's like
They sell it at Aldo.
Wait, that's
they sell
actually
it at Aldo?
Aldo?
That's the brand. I don't know what I see.
Aldo.
Oh, it's Aldo.
No,
Fuck.
Aldo. They sell those at Aldo now.
No, I went to Yorkdale and I did see Aldo at Aldo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome back to episode 34 of the Shitpost HQ podcast. I'm joined by the boys.
Tiki with 2 Ks.
Dickie. Fuck these
Boys.
boys, gentlemen.
Grombo.
Okay, Eric brought something. I figured we'd start with that.
The only beverages you'll need in life, essentially.
Yo, I always thought it was pronounced genius.
That's a good bit.
They used to serve those at Apple, you know? Guinness bar in the back.
With the brain?
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. When I went to get my MacBook from 2007 fixed, they told me to get the fuck off the storefront, and then they gave me a Genius. You hear that? That's the sound of Muskoka Lakes.
All right, Marcus, close your eyes.
Oh shit!
Grab a drink. You can close your eyes too.
No,
I want to close my eyes
I'm
too.
not closing shit.
I'm gonna close my eyes too.
Grab one drink. So it's 4
I want to be part of this.
Close your eyes, boy.
Close your eyes.
Okay.
Feel around and grab a drink.
Hit me.
I already know it's a so.
Alright.
So be.
Hit me.
Grab one.
When can I open my eyes? I want to drink this so bad.
Tell me when I can open.
Oh,
open your
now
eyes.
I know what it is.
Yo, is this Jones Soda?
What you sipping on?
Fuck.
Are we allowed to open?
Yeah.
Is it Jones?
Oh man, you got.
Damn.
Oh, you got jugged.
I can't read this.
Quick revive, man.
All right, Juggernog.
Yeah, I got double tap. I got double
Got double
tap.
tap.
Sleight of hand, baby.
Juggernog.
All right. Who wants to see a sleight of hand in action?
Revive.
What's the Juggernog one?
Bro, these bottles are filthy.
Everyone show them to the cameras. Cheers, boys. What would happen if we drank this? What is in here?
Oh, wait, we're not.
No.
It's not drinkable. I don't know. Maybe the blue one is. The blue one might be like.
Gatorade.
Yo, mine has zombie blood around the
Where'd you get the
tip.
caps from, too?
So it's a really.
Did you make these or order these?
I made them.
Where'd you get caps from?
What do you mean?
The bottle company.
The cap comes with the bottle. Usually that's how it works.
Or did you spray paint them?
No, it's a
Yeah.
plastic.
I spray painted the bottles.
No, the bottle caps. What blue? It's blue.
Oh, it's not just. The
I spray painted them.
Where'd you get a sealed bottle cap from?
It's not sealed.
It is sealed.
That one. So that one is that one has the original
Is
blue.
this just Jones?
That one's just Jones.
Wait, is it really?
Dude, you can open that one.
Wait,
Don't open it.
it actually is Jones.
It's like 100 years
Yeah,
old.
that's Jones. That one is not.
That one's
Hold on.
piss.
Is that one open?
No.
This one's fucking double apple
That one's
bubble
open.
gum.
That one's open. So is this one? Because they don't have an orange one and they don't have a red one like that. But the blue one, the Speed Cola is actually Speed Cola. Or
It's actually cola with speed in it.
Cola. Quick
That's
Revive
fuck-
is
that's fuck.
actually
Put action.
Quick Revive.
Let's start with that.
Quick revive.
Zombies was a cultural phenomenon. Give me your, because I know every single one of you guys has that. That day might have been winter break, it might have been summer break, where you just you played zombies and you think about that day. You look back and you go, life's so complicated now. Why can't I just go back and play zombies again? So give me your best zombies day.
That day, every night. Every day.
Yeah.
Got him there.
Hours, 8 hours on a week. I'd spend a whole work day on a weekend. Just gaming. Like Matt does now.
the Labuda lifestyle. I've been living it my whole life.
I think for me it was probably, I forget what summer it was, but because I didn't have a PlayStation growing up, I had a PS2, but my neighbors had like a PS3.
Whew.
And they had two, so because it was such a big family, they had one upstairs, one downstairs. So every day I would go over there. Like he would text me, and he'd be like, "Yo, my parents are gone. 9 o'clock, summer break." He'd be like, "My parents are gone. Like, yo, come over." And we would play from 9:30 until 3:30 when his parents. He's like, "Yo, you gotta go like 20 minutes. My parents are gonna come home." For all summer, I went to bed, sleep with my window open. I used to go to bed and hear the crickets, and I just heard the FAMAS. Just the metal clanking of the FAMAS. I thought it was the crickets because you play so much. I used to be able to recite all the lines from like Richtofen.
Really?
Nicola. Oh yeah. Every gun. I knew my loadout. I was like, I got backstage, you got front. Boom.
Oh, yeah.
So
Knowing
Kino
the
Kino was your favorite
map,
map?
Kino is probably like
Kino is the
one I
most
played
nostalgic for me.
Yeah.
I feel like you played like the newer, you played
No,
Duriz
I
and
played
shit.
the older one.
Wait, is that Black Ops 1?
That's old.
Black Ops 1, yeah, I played Black Ops
Yeah,
1.
it's not the
Yeah,
first.
so
Wait,
Black
that's the
Ops
first one.
No, first one was World at War.
Shit, my bad. You're right.
But that was like before you could open.
Right.
That was before you could like.
yes,
No,
I know
we're
exactly.
not
what
You
you're
couldn't pack a punch and shit.
Yeah, you could in Duriz.
Oh, but that was after they released map
No,
packs at
no,
World
no,
in
no.
World at War. Their release didn't come stock.
Oh yeah, you're
No,
right.
they released map packs in World at War before Black Ops. existed.
Yeah.
So he's right, but in
You're right.
Duriz was the first time you could pack a punch.
Yeah.
And then you
Which
could
was
go-
sick.
It was sick.
My
Awesome.
kid, even like my
Back
kid brain, even my adult brain thinks pack-a-punching is the coolest fucking thing in the world. You take a gun, and now it shoots lasers.
What an idea. What an interesting.
I know. What about you? Do you have a very? Was it you and Cisco type beat?
Yeah, but we didn't play zombies, so I don't got a good story of it.
Really? You never played
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I got to
casually?
like, casually. I think the most was
Party
like
style.
high 20s
Yeah.
level. That's about it. I didn't do anything insane though.
Me and Anton used to play zombies all the time. Like in person, I would go over and
Anton.
screen. I think there's a YouTube video maybe still up that we made of a glitch. It's like the two of us talking and like, so you can see here the zombies glitched and he's come through the window and in Verrucht.
We should do an episode where we watch Eric's old YouTube videos. I love those videos.
Down.
Those are fucking awesome.
We just watched some the other night.
What are your
Did you?
YouTube videos?
I thought I watched them with you.
No, I must have been with
Oh
Mike and Racing.
man, they're terrible.
They're terrible, but like in like a wholesome way.
In a wholesome way. In a wholesome way. Because I have, I don't know where the SD card went, but I used to have like videos on my mom's old camera. Like
Really?
I had like a fake desk in my room where it was like those fold out tables, and I just put a tablecloth over and I made it look like a desk. And I just wanted to be like cool. I had like in the 5th grade, I had like a desk in my room, and I would just like set the camera up with like rig it with like bungee cords to my ceiling so that it would like hang over the desk. Yeah, so I could do like overtop video and like just do my hands.
POV?
POV. POV. I was a
Where were your hands in?
POV pioneer.
Oh my lord.
Where is
What
it?
were your hands doing?
Man, I had noodle strings.
Jerking my dick or playing with coins or toys or whatever.
That's pretty sick.
Really?
Self-inflicted circumcision.
Yeah.
That went great.
That's pretty
Self-inflicted
impressive.
Genital mutilation.
Yeah, generally.
Some of my favorites.
Oh, canceled. Oh.
Wait, how old were you?
When I got my what?
When you
When I
first
self-inflicted myself with circumcision?
Yes.
Jeez.
End of videos.
23?
Yeah.
1 year ago?
Yeah. 20,
Jeez. That's pretty nuts.
That's new.
It's wild.
SD card is lost at the bottom of Bikini Bottom.
It's drowning. I back to the fucking zombies thing. I still remember, to me, like literally a fucking core memory is it was winter break and I had just mastered Kino and I was ripping solo rounds and I got to 43 solo. Took me, I don't fucking want to know how many goddamn hours. And then I was like, enough. And then my girlfriend at the time messaged me. I think I was like 15 or 16. And I went and there was a snowstorm the night before. So I trudged through like fucking feet of snow, walking uphill, downhill, fucking to go see her. And I was like, man, like that was just a good ass day. It's a vibe. Being fucking carefree. Nothing better.
It's a good life.
I used to play like from the daytime. We would go. Actually, no, it must have been winter. I remember. But my other neighbor, he had a Wii, and he had Black Ops for the Wii.
That's fucked. I
We
never
had
touched that.
the nunchuck and the thing, and we were playing Black Ops like that. And on the Black Ops version for the Wii, underneath the stage on Kino,
Yeah.
where the turret is,
Yeah.
there was an AUG. You could wall buy an AUG
No
for
way.
$3,000.
That's
And
better
it
than the
was-
MP40 for sure.
But no, because MP40 was like so cheap to buy and.
Oh, and you can buy bullets if you pack
Bullets, yeah, if you pack a bunch, like it was $3,000 to get the AUG. So and then ammo for that was like probably 15. For the MP40 it was like 500.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Og's a beast.
What game were you like the high, like of all the video games you've ever played? and I'm sure you're gonna have a few stories. What were you like the best at,
Candy
like
Crush.
leaderboard wise, or? I'm actually ranked number 3 globally in Candy Crush.
I'm global elite Candy Crush.
Globally in Candy Crush. Like, what did you grind the hardest? What did you play the longest?
Modern Warfare 3.
Modern Warfare 3.
3, no, I played Modern Warfare 2 the most, probably, but I was the best at Modern Warfare 3.
Really?
Yeah, like I don't know, the way the setup
Oh, you
works
were the best.
and the guns.
Come on, buddy.
That's what
Like I had like a good KD. I would actually like go in a game, fucking like
Slaughter
40
lobby.
kills,
Yeah.
get out of there like under 8 deaths, I want to say.
Okay.
Sometimes
Okay.
under 5. I remember one game was like 49-2. That was like one of my,
Oh,
one of my
that's
top.
a
Like,
solid fucking game.
and literally actually like playing. Like I would just have a, what is it, the G36, little red dot. I'm just
G36 fire.
going around.
Man has memories of that 42-9. You remembered that like no tomorrow.
Of course.
Of course.
What's your? I feel like you know exactly your best game.
I don't.
Really?
I don't.
You've had too many.
No, literally.
Oh, which one do I count?
All right. Well, in Black Ops #1, the leaderboard went by score per minute instead of time played or career score or whatever. So it was actually based more. I'll fucking say it based more on skill. I don't give a fuck.
Dare I say it?
Dare I fucking say it? I don't give a shit. And your man was number 7 in the world.
That is pretty.
I kill confirmed in score per minute. 636.41, 6.34 kills every minute, on average, every single game. You can't fuck with that. You can't beat that.
You can't beat that.
Can't
You
beat
were
it. I got a
6
picture.
You were 6 per average. You're an average 6.
Yes, in life too.
You're
6 kills per
6
game.
average. 6 is average.
And then our boy Cisco,
Yep.
he was not too far behind me. I think he was like 20 or 21 in the world. And those are the days, you bring up the days where it's 7:30 to 3:30, right? And we were the same shit.
Yeah.
7:30 a.m.,
break.
5:30 p.m. And then the best part is we ate our dinner like at our houses.
Same time.
Same time.
Like,
Same
all right,
time.
at a time. You get off the headset.
Same time.
Put it down.
headset on. Like,
And then since we're playing for like
I'm almost done.
we were playing for 10 hours straight, so we were tired. So we took a 1-hour break, and then one of us just came over to one of each other's houses and just watched them play for the rest of the night. And that was every fucking day. So 14 hours a day. I don't know, I'd say.
Yeah.
Those were the glory days.
Black Ops 1, and then you were good at other. Okay, what game were you the best at?
So,
Like shooting wise, we can go loop around because there's a couple stories.
so I never had
The gaming episode.
I don't think I had I think I had Black Ops 1 on an Xbox. I remember buying it
I played a different game on it at a different console. Every game was a different
Black
console.
Ops-
man.
he's only ever played Black Ops 1. It's the only game he's played, but he's played on every console it came out on.
No, because I was always like one console behind. When everyone
Yeah,
got the
yeah.
PS3, I got the PS3 like 5 years later.
Yeah.
So I was on the tail end of PS3. Maybe not, but I was on the tail end of Black Ops 1. So when Black Ops 2 came out, I remember that was the game that I went hard on. So I went hard on Black Ops 2. And the funny thing is, on Black Ops 2, they introduced like career milestones for zombies. So they had there was a leaderboard for that.
Yes.
And all that shit. They introduced all that and ranking system. So I was a pretty high rank on zombies in Black Ops 2.
Online.
Online, yeah.
Damn, okay.
When the game first came out, I don't know. I was probably like not that high, but like probably top 20,000 when I was playing. Like we were getting to round 40 every time. Like me and my cousin would play. I used to go in the lobbies and troll too. Like I would do the voices and shit. And on PlayStation, you could make as many accounts as you wanted on PSN.
Oh, I remember that
So
shit.
I had like
Good old
5
days.
different accounts, and
Love
one was
that.
like I would play as like a Scottish guy, and I would just go into lobbies and pretend to be a Scottish guy, or whatever. But no, probably Black Ops 2.
So
Black Ops 2,
were you
I was,
primarily a zombie player in Call of Duty?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like,
Yeah, yeah?
I'll still. I
Yeah.
won't. I have like the COD games now, but I
went back
Play,
and
I won't play
forth.
multiplayer.
Multiplayer and zombies. See,
Um,
Black Ops 2 is where I dropped off. I never bought that game. That was the end of my Call
It
of
was
Duty
probably the
career.
last.
Wait,
of
you
the
say
best.
you had Modern Warfare 3? Didn't Black Ops 2 become...
Right after. I was or
Black Ops
maybe-
2 was after Modern Warfare 3?
Yep. Black Ops
Yeah, that
1,
makes sense.
then Modern Warfare 3.
MW2, Black Ops.
Because I got
1.
them in order. I got COD 4, then World at War,
Yeah,
Modern
yeah,
Warfare 2,
yeah.
Black Ops,
Black Ops 1.
Modern Warfare 3,
Shit, you're
last
right.
Call of Duty I ever had.
You're right.
Then it would probably.
And then after Black Ops 2 is when they kind of
Ghosts,
fugazied
Ghosts,
the series.
Yeah.
Yo, the new one looks promising though.
I actually, if they just released gameplay,
I know,
it
I
looks
saw it
okay.
today.
I'll play Warzone.
I'll play.
Fucking
I've
Warzone.
bought-
I don't even know what the last two were.
I've bought every
Modern
single
Warfare.
Call of Duty.
No one tell me that's Modern Warfare 2. I'm not even kidding.
No, it's not Modern Warfare. Yeah, Modern Warfare 2. Yeah.
Wasn't there another World War II one?
Yeah,
Vanguard.
Or World War
Vanguard,
One?
Which
yeah.
I have, and
We bought that together, right?
this was last year, or this
Actually, you know what?
one that's currently active.
After we wrap up high ranking, don't forget, let's talk about midnight releases. 'Cause that has a special
Correct.
place in my heart.
That's a special one as well.
But rest in peace, midnight releases.
R.I.P.
I think the game I was best at was the first Call of Duty. So Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I got the 10th Prestige. It was the same thing. Summer, wake up, 8:30. It was me and Graham. Wake up, and then we could also boost. You could set your country on your Xbox to like fucking Azerbaijan because there's only 3 kids with an Xbox in Azerbaijan. You would go into they had a deathmatch, so 1v1 in ranked, so you could like level up your guns. So we went in 1v1 Azerbaijan lobbies, and like if you would just like find a lobby, and then by the third person it'd be your buddy. So I'd be in a lobby with Graham, and if it would keep resetting. So I got like gold AK-47. I got a fucking 1,000 headshots. We like boosted for guns. I was 10th Prestige, maxed out. I think I was like I had 5,000 in Search and Destroy.
Search and Destroy is all I played.
That was all I played in
All I
that game.
played.
So I was like 5,000 elite. It's like I was never like Chris good, and I could never crack that whatever. But I was always like cracked the code. Like Chris was in upper echelon, like could have gone pro gamer. I was like like a ranked competitive player. Like I was never that good, but like I could always hold my own. Like if I was in a lobby with you, I would never be like a fucking pile of garbage.
I
but I'm
never
not.
once thought you're trash or anything.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
I just wasn't the gamer.
You were killing at one point though.
So the last game I was good at was Black Ops 3,
knew you were gonna
which
say
is
that
like
one,
that
yeah.
was recent, and we kind of did the same thing. Like I was playing that game.
Yeah.
Like I would go visit my ex in Toronto, and I'd bring my Xbox.
Facts.
I would just play it while I was in Toronto. Because I was like, it's like, which is, but like, we got the Master Prestige, we got Dark Matter camo. Which
You did. Wait,
you did too.
I
You
did
did
too.
too,
But you
eventually,
grind.
yeah.
But that's
yeah, we grinded that game. I grinded that game hard. That was 1,000 headshots with every gun. All these challenges with every it took fucking forever.
Man.
Chris had to do one of the guns for me because I couldn't fucking do it.
Dude, man.
I was like one of the snipers. I just fucking could not.
you
That-
spent like 5 to 10 days.
I spent
in-game
5
active.
prestiges. I think from 4th prestige to like 9th prestige, I spent grinding Dark Matter.
Fuck, I don't even know how I just
used to
eventually
play
got. I guess.
solo free for all on hardcore, and I think I got to like up to like I don't know. I want to say like 3,000 worldwide. Cause I was
Yeah.
just playing like hardcore.
Yeah, you played a lot
That
of
was
that.
all
I remember you on the
played.
leaderboards.
I had. I mean, this would have been sick if I like made videos back then. But there was one map before they patched it where I found the craziest fucking like spawn camp, and if I peeked in this one exact corner, dudes would just spawn in front of me, and you could not get me from behind. So I literally, for I think a week straight, Chris was like getting cheese. I had racked up like 3 or 4 nuclears or whatever, like the highest kill streak, like 25 kills, no deaths in a row. I just kept camping that one spot. So that was good. Black Ops 3. Halo 3, I grinded a lot. Shout out Halo 3. Bruno's the Halo guy, so I'll let him speak to Halo, but it was decent at that. Wasn't that good, but played it a lot. And that's it for like shooting games. But the only other game that I ever ranked crazy good at, it was NBA 2K11. I wasn't
Yes,
good at the game by
sir.
any means, but I had a My Player. And I went on the YouTube and I found this way to, if you downloaded some software, you could like max out your player stats. So I just followed the tutorial and I did it. And it like fucks everything in the game. Like it just fucks your player file. And somehow, with whatever the fuck I did, I maxed out my player stats. And by doing so, I ended up, it fucked my online leaderboard score. And I was second in the world for 3 months in NBA 2K11. Just right there, number 2. It was it was sick. I was number 2 in the world in
Gee,
NBA
wait,
2K11.
how did rank at NBA? Like what?
I don't even know. I just, if you just looked up leaderboards, I was number 2. And then I thought it was a glitch on my thing, so I checked on someone else's Xbox, and there it was.
Bolt full of semen?
Bolt full of semen, number 2. Bolt full of semen. But then, Chris, there was a couple games that you played that were bizarre that
Yeah.
you fucking slaughtered at.
Oh man. Yeah, so I mean, Call of Duty wise, I think from Black Ops 1 to like Modern Warfare 3 or the one after, or Black Ops 3, I was like always 10
yeah.
prestige, master prestige, like always in the top thousands in leaderboards all the time. Then I dropped off. But I don't know if you guys noticed this game. Full Auto 2. Battle lines.
There's like one guy. Literally, if this podcast got 1 million views, there'd be one guy commenting,
It was
I
a-
remember that game.
It was a launch game for the PS3, and it was just arenas, and you had your car, which also had missiles and machine guns on the car. So you just like drive around and fucking shoot other cars and shit. And I ranked number 2 in the world.
Yeah.
Number 2. The only guy that beat me, the guy who actually, we were like friends because, yeah, there was probably like 10,000 people overall in that game.
Yeah.
But his name was Too Fast for You.
Your arch nemesis.
Yo,
Too Fast
harsh
for You.
nemesis, man. And I remember growing up, I'm like, yo, I want to put that on my license plate.
Too fast for you.
Yeah. So me and him, we were boys and shit. And then after that game, we stopped talking. Another one is Need for Speed Carbon.
Really?
Need for Speed
I
Carbon.
thought you were gonna say Ridge Racer.
I don't think I played that game online actually, or I might have, but it was like shit.
Okay.
In Need for Speed Carbon, it goes by track records. I hold 2 number 1s in the world at the time.
What?
At the time.
No way.
At the time, yeah. One was a sprint on a canyon.
Yeah.
I can't remember the track name, and the other one was like a circuit race or whatever. But I held 2 number 1s in the world by milliseconds, obviously. So I'd be like 1 minute 24 seconds and 30 milliseconds. Guy behind me would be like 70 milliseconds. Yeah. But as far as I remember, it was like a couple months and nobody beat me. I'm sure now somebody's fucking beating me, but I'm a true racer at heart. Which you I grew up playing racing.
Yeah,
games.
you are a racing game
Call of
kid.
Duty was my first shooter, and
Yeah.
that was like when I was like already 13, 14. But before then, I was playing Gran Turismo, Ridge Racer, Need for Speed, like my whole life and shit. So, yeah, Full Auto 2 and Need for Speed Carbon.
Did you have any other games that you were like nichely good at, like weird genres?
No, because it was I kind of phased out of like shooters into like story-based games. Like I played The Last of Us. I played Uncharted and stuff
Maple
like
Tree.
that. But the one thing I didn't want to say is, like I never got, when I
Terraria.
played Call of Duty, I never did what you did. I never wanted to prestige and upgrade. I just wanted to get everything.
Ah, you fucking loser!
That's having it all there.
Let's go.
No.
And just getting
That's how I was.
You guys don't take a risk.
Yeah.
No
you gotta
risk.
earn it.
Here's what I
Again,
did. Here's what I did.
prestige, you lose it all, you build it back up.
Once I got everything, then I started to play the game differently. I got into a phase where I was playing the game for bits and shit. Like I would put on
Just a bit.
I went
0 and 30. I was just a bit.
I would put on Ghost and all the whatever, so you can't see my name tag. You can't see. I would have the ghillie suit, so I got the sniper, and then I would lie down in the grass in certain spots and like fucking just lie down.
Man.
I would do ninja diffuses. So I would go on demolition or search and destroy, and I would lie down with the ghost right next to the bomb. The guy plants the bomb, and then immediately I would just slither right next to him, like literally right next to him. I have clips of this, I think.
Yeah.
One he's literally he plants it, and then I slither next to him. Then he pulls up his gun. He's still lying down. He's shooting. And in the corner of his screen, I'm just right here, like right next to him.
That's good.
Man,
And I would do that, and then they had the theater mode, and I would go back in afterwards, edit it, put a little video together.
Man.
So much fun.
Yo, ninja
I would
diffusers
literally
are
put a
sweet.
little
I've always
video
liked those.
together.
Yo, but in the newer Call of Duties, I know after the first 4 or so, defusing a bomb didn't have a noise anymore.
Really?
Yeah, because you remember in COD 4, Search and
yeah,
Destroy, you heard.
Yeah,
You heard,
yeah. There was
but they
noise.
stopped that afterwards, I think.
Which is weird. You should leave it.
I can't recall perfectly, but I remember like back in the days when we played Search and Destroy,
That briefcase noise?
there was a glitch where somebody planted a bomb, and if you were right behind them and you defuse at the same time, the sound would overlap the narrator's voice. So the guy who planted the bomb,
Doesn't
5
know.
seconds later, the game's done. He'd be like, "What
Yeah.
the fuck?"
I would literally do it immediately. So it's like as soon as it's planted, I'm defusing it right away.
Yeah.
So the guy would be like, "All right, bomb's planted." It's like bomb defused.
Yeah. I love that shit, man. I miss
I was
Search
like
and
a
Destroy.
shit disturber. I would defuse the bomb, then like draw a dick with my bullets in the wall.
Oh yeah, the teabag and
The other
shit.
thing that I did is I got really good at just knives in those games.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I got really good just throwing knife. And,
Damn.
And in Black Ops, you had the ballistics.
Yeah,
that
the
you
ballistics
shoot,
are sweet.
And the tomahawks.
Yeah.
The Scavenger Pro.
Yep.
Would always pick up,
Always
so I'd
pick up
have
shit.
infinite tomahawks, and I got fucking just good.
Yo, I see you as a knife guy.
And it was fun. Like I really enjoyed it. So I would just go in every game being like, okay, whatever, I don't care. I'm just literally still beating knives.
Did you watch?
I got cross map tomahawks because I found
Sheesh.
the spots watching YouTube
Nice.
videos, and it would just be game starts, look up, boom.
We
get
never
it.
played Call of Duty together, and we never played Call of Duty together. We should all
We
buy,
could. I'm done.
should
get
all buy Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
and we should all play.
What, the new one?
Yeah.
Marcus will have to upgrade his console like 10x. He's still at PS3.
Still have PS3.
Oh, for playing on the PC.
Oh,
yeah, you
PS4.
can-
Why don't you just get a PS5? Just do it.
Bro, they're like a
Maybe I will because I want to play God of War when I
Yo, yeah, dead ass. I will. You know what?
literally one of the only
Get it. Yeah, Marcus, get a PS5.
yeah.
Yes, Marcus.
Yeah.
go. It's almost like it'll be very close to home.
Yo, do you have a Series X?
No, I don't. I'm gonna have a PS5.
You're the only one that didn't upgrade, huh?
That's
No.
fucking falling in
Fucking loser.
Look at him.
Poop scooper.
He's like a bot right now.
He's a bot.
Like a cow in Minecraft.
What else? I'm trying to think.
I could garrote you right now.
Only use me blue.
I was also very good at Gears of War.
Yes, you were.
Shout out all my Gears of War boys.
Boys.
Played the fuck out of that game.
Yeah, you were
Played
good
the
at that game.
absolute
You were good
fuck
at that
out of
game.
that game.
Yeah, you loved that game. That's when you were.
That's like the one game still like to this day that like the story mode's kind of gone to shit. It's not nearly doesn't have that same shtick, but I will buy it and I will beat the story mode. I don't care. I just have to. I just
It's a
have to,
cool
like, see
game.
it.
It's a cool
like
game.
a cool
When it first
storyline.
got released, it was hype.
Oh yeah.
It was super hype.
Dude, I
But yeah.
didn't have consoles growing up, so like
I know.
I had
Atari,
I had
bro.
a PlayStation. I had a PlayStation 2, and then I played the Lego Star Wars and shit on that until I like for a long time.
Wait, hold up. That game's actually fucking
Goated.
sweet.
Great
That's a
game.
golden game.
Goated,
Yeah,
goated.
and I love that
Eric
game.
strikes me as a guy who stole a console or two.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like a
was a
friend came over, he brought a
awkward laugh.
console, and then Eric would just
I don't know where it went.
forgot
No, I have no
it.
idea.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to it, man. Like,
I see it.
I could neither conform nor deny. But I had like one of those joystick plug-in games, like not the SpongeBob bullshit one, but like the
Yeah.
Atari one.
Yeah.
So,
So he does have it.
you guys are talking about niche games that you were fantastically good at. Galaga, man. I was like
that makes sense.
I fucking loved that game when I was a kid, man. I used to sit on my couch and rage when I'd get so far in the game, and then my mom, like, I'd be like borderline crying, and then my mom would come over. She'd be like, "Lose again, loser!" Or she would say some shit.
Lose
And I'd be
again,
like,
Squiddy.
I would get so pissed, so upset, like borderline crying. That's how involved.
Still a fry cook, Squiddy.
Make that dinner, you piece of shit.
But no, I didn't. Man, no. I didn't get into gaming until like high school. Like high school was all Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
Weird, because that's when I was getting out of gaming.
Really?
Yeah, grade 8
was
was, grade 8 was
huge,
the heyday,
huge in
and then it
high
was
school.
after that.
Yo, you
It's
tell me
11.
Modern Warfare 3 was in grade 8?
For him.
Maybe grade 8,
Not
grade
for
9.
us.
Is he 19?
Buddy. Maybe grade 9, it hung around, and maybe that's...
Jeez.
But then it was like dropped off after that. Because I was playing this other game that I think none of you guys played. It was called Fucking Bitches.
Bro, you're grade 8.
Just
Chill,
kidding.
bro.
Just kidding, I know.
Chill, bro.
Just kidding. I literally didn't lose my virginity until literally yesterday.
Still grade 12, so...
October 12th?
October 12th?
I remember the day.
Transition. So, now that we're talking about gaming, and we walk through the Hall of Fame, which, okay, to our defense,
Gaming.
it seems trivial and comedic that, you know, Chris was number 2 in full auto, but it's kind of crazy. Like, especially Call of Duty. Like, the fact that you were, what, 6?
7th.
So 7th in the world in like one of the most played games. Like that's actually a very incredible achievement, but like it's a video game, so no one cares.
Man,
Like, no, that's
it's-
actually fucking crazy. It's very impressive.
It's so weird.
It's like being the 7th fastest person in the world. You'd be like, that's something you would tell someone, but you tell someone you're 7th in Black Ops, they're like, okay, and it's like, no, that's fucking crazy.
I regret not making videos more than anything in my life.
Or like even pursuing like you could have been in fucking phase. for all
Dude,
we
like
know.
at
Who
the
knows?
time it was Machinima.
Yep.
Those, they were good. But they weren't like me. Like, no, like not boosting myself or anything. But like at the time, the only people that were like super fucking insane and shit, like Grizz or
Yeah.
some fucking Reaps or some shit.
Shout out iReap.
Reaps. But I missed. Nobody at the time was like a crazy. Like everyone was a good objective player,
Yeah, yeah.
and I was a good like
Like crazy montage type.
crazy montage type
Yeah.
player. And Machinima wasn't like that.
No.
It was more like strategic type
Yeah,
gameplay
like
and
who's, like,
shit.
good.
And people were good, and like they were like, you know, their grammar was good, and they were all smart and shit. And then you know, I'm the fucking
Classic.
at grade 7.
Yeah, I'm this is great.
Grade 7th grade, like just smashing everybody. And I regret not making videos. I remember I told myself, I'm like, should I buy $100 or whatever camcorder for
yeah.
OnlyFans
Elgato.
or some shit?
Yeah, the Elgato.
Avocado.
Avocado.
Nikocado avocado.
Avocado. And I never did. And
I know.
now I think about it, it's like $100.
Yeah.
And I theoretically could have been fucking YouTube
Could have
famous.
changed your life. Yeah.
I could have changed my life.
I know.
And I never fucking did. All I did was on PlayStation, we didn't have like a share function or anything. So I think the most you could screen record was like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And that's all I had.
Said a bunch of like random clips.
It was just
Yeah.
random shit. And like I never did anything with them. And then
So pivoting off of game or pivoting from gaming into rage moments, is there or do you remember a few top rage moments? Like, what is the angriest you got? Do you remember why? What did you do? Because for me, I think one of the most angry I ever got was like God of War on PS2. I was like fucking 10 or 11. I just couldn't beat this one level, and like back, this was like pre-forum days, really. So I had no option. I had to just keep fucking losing because I couldn't Google what to do. So I just kept fucking getting slapped. I'm pretty sure I was biting my controller. I fucking I broke one of them. I threw it at the fucking wall. I took my BB gun and started shooting my wall. I punched a hole in my closet. So I went inside of my closet so my parents wouldn't find out. I just fucking punched a hole in the drywall. I was fucking fuming. It took like 3 days to beat that fucking level. Fuck.
yeah, you have rage problems when you game.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
you got rage
Video games
problems.
fucking make me immensely fucking furious.
Yeah.
I got more mad at like people online.
Really?
Like, oh, you fucking camper. And
Yeah,
then
you
go back,
motherfucker.
and you change corners so he kills you again.
I never
And
listened to that
I could
shit.
never really rage that hard because it's like my parents would hear me. And
Yeah, same.
concern. Like, what the?
Man, your parents never gave a shit, I swear.
No, so they would get mad when I got mad, but like their reaction was never enough that it deterred me.
Yeah.
So I'd rage and I'd be like, "What? Dude, what the fuck? I would turn off the game," but he never did. So I was like, "Fuck!" And he'd be like, and I'm like, "Sorry, Dad."
I would just go right on the little PSN thing. You find the little name tag.
Kill yourself, bitch.
Yeah, literally. Like,
Fuck your mom.
now this was a different time, but I would say something like, "Fuck you, faggot, you gay cancer." Like send them a message while you can hear the next round starting.
Kids
already.
nowadays would never survive
You've
in Modern
grown
Warfare
as
2
a
lobby.
person a little bit.
Yeah.
You know. For me it was like Counter-Strike. So I would get upset at Counter-Strike. I remember one time I ripped my. Oh man! I took that knife I have at McGregor and I stabbed it in the wall.
What?
Just stole
It's
the
here
whole-
now, it's here
oh,
now.
It's okay.
Someone sitting in the toilet just jump through the drywall.
Notoriously, I think the worst was like, I get so upset. One day I was like, my mouse, I just started going, smash it. Pieces started flying, and then I go, fuck. Take my keyboard, unplug it from the thing. I walk out front of my house and I start smashing it against the tree.
Holy fuck!
And I'm like, God dang! And I didn't, because there was no one. I'm walking out. I don't see anyone on the road. I start fucking smashing it on the tree. My neighbor at the time, we had like he had like 4 kids. Super chill dude. He's getting his mail across the road and he goes like this around the mailbox, like that. And he goes, Eric, you good, man? And I go, oh, fuck, Andrew, I'm so sorry, man. Like, I just, man, I'm playing this game. I'm playing this game. And he goes, oh, shit, man. And it's like, I understand, man. I play some Call of Duty sometimes. He's like, what game are you playing? And I was like, oh, I don't know. Counter-Strike, you ever heard of it? He's like, dude, I used to play Counter-Strike back in like 2002, man. Like, it was so sick. And I was like, oh, no way. And he's like, oh, man, like the amount of times I would rage with that game too. He's like, I understand where you're at. So I went back inside. Felt good about myself, and I go back up into my room, and then I realized my keyboard and mouse are completely destroyed, and I got even more upset. And then that night, I took everything off my desk. I'm like, I'm done. I disassembled my desk, started breaking it in a bunch of pieces, and I remember all the pieces were on my floor. It's 8 o'clock in the evening. I'm sitting up against my bed in an L formation, just like this. And my desk is in pieces. And my dad comes upstairs. He comes upstairs, walks through the doorway, and kind of does one of these. And he walks through and he goes, hey, you good? And I go, yeah. Yeah, fantastic. And he goes, he looks up and down. He goes, yeah, all right.
That's awesome.
Goes to do whatever he's doing. He didn't give a fuck.
Awesome.
My dad's raged a few times at me too, a couple times.
That's fucking wholesome shit. He gave you the old keyboard.
No, but one time, so my computer used to be in the family room in the basement on like the main. I took off the main computer and put my computer, and so I'd be playing until I don't know, like at 10 o'clock, he'd be watching a show and he'd be like, "Yo, 1 hour." I'd be like, "Yeah." Hour hits. It's 9 o'clock, and he's like, "Hey, I said an hour." I'm like, "A game just started." 10 o'clock. He's like, "Hey, I said game," and he's like, I'm busy." And then he's like, fuck, 3 times a charm. He comes over and he's like, "Hey," peels my headphones off like this, and he goes, "Hey, I told you an hour ago." And I go, "Yeah, a game just started." He's like, "Okay." Takes my headphones, snaps above my head like. And I go, "What the fuck?" And I lose all sound, all comms.
I can't hear the steps.
I can't hear. And he goes, he's like, "Go to bed." And I was like, and I just had to turn off my computer.
And that was the day I beat my father to death with a pair of broken
Father's not alive
I remember
anymore.
the only rage kind of thing I did. Maybe there was a couple controller smacks, but not hard enough that I could break it. But I used to just like, it would be like, you get so pissed that I just literally, like, you auto memorize the boom, leave game, turn off PS3.
Yeah.
Within a second, boom, it's off. I'm out.
Yeah.
I used to do that
What about you?
sign
What
off
was your-
activity
what was
shit.
What was your heaviest rage?
Honestly, you know me. I'm not a rager.
Definitely had a moment though. You definitely had
Low-key,
a
the
moment.
only time I can remember is I was playing Full Auto 2 at my dad's house, and he
Too
wasn't
Fast for
wasn't
You.
home.
Too fast for you was in there.
Too fast for you, and then I started fucking raging, and then like I didn't realize he came home, and this was in the living room. And he just like fucking comes, and I started crying a bit. Like fucking, I'm like, this guy's beaming all this shit. And my dad looks and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And like, you know, tears are already done. Like I'm like, "I'm nothing, Dad." I'm like, "I'm fine." He's like, I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like fucking tearing up behind my eyes and shit. And like, I just remember being so embarrassed.
Yeah.
I'm like, my dad just saw me crying over a fucking car with fucking machine guns. I'm a guy named Too Fast for You.
Spanked my
Just
ass.
spanked my ass.
Dude, they never understood, man. They,
They don't
never
get it.
understood.
They
They
don't.
never will. They never.
Well,
fucking
it's
will.
like if you equate the gravity of the accomplishments, then the rage should feel the same. Like if you lose a fucking public search and destroy match, I take it the same as losing a fucking Olympic match. I fucking lost.
It's like
and
we're-
I'm
we're-
furious.
It's like we're the same thing as if we were all just like playing a sport and you're playing that sport in the backyard, except
Yes.
we're playing it in our mind.
I know, I know, and it's fucking serious and it matters.
I
and
used to
care.
play so much that like my parents were like getting like, they were just like, "Oh, like you're spending all your time in your room.
Yeah,
We never
yeah.
see you. You're up there for hours and hours. Never see you." That they at some point convinced me to move my setup downstairs. There was a period in time where our TV setup was TV, little couch there, long couch here, lazy boy, and then just a small little like I don't know, like a nightstand with a TV on top, like a tiny ass little screen, and like my PS3 there. And so I would sit down with them in the living room. They're watching TV. I'm here gaming on the lazy boy, like, so that I'm in the same room as them, so that they can see me and talk to me.
Mom, I want to kill streak. Shut the fuck up. I have Harrier strike.
My dad was like a menace, but my mom was a G. So I'd be playing, and then like I don't know. Well, she would come down and she'd be like, "Man, you gotta do something." I'm like, "Yeah, I'd like kind of yell at her. I'm fucking game." She goes, "Whoa, jeez!" And then my buddies would hear, and they're like, "Oh, is that your mom, dude? What the fuck, yeah, man?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, whatever." And then it started becoming a bit. So we'd be like waiting in lobbies for Counter Strike, and then my mom would come down, and I'd be like, "Yo, mom." And she'd be like, "Uh-huh." And I'd be like, "I'm hungry. Like, can I get some?" Make me a fucking sandwich, mom. And she'd be like,
You were that kid.
And she'd be like, yeah, what do you want? And I'd be
Actually
like,
saying fucking.
no,
Okay.
no,
Okay,
man.
okay.
I'd be like, can you make me a sandwich? And she goes, yeah, what do you want? Make me a sandwich. And she would come down, and then I'd be giggling because the thing would come down.
Boys
and
were
my,
like-
my friends would be, and then she kind of hear, and she's like, are those your friends on there? I'd be like, yeah, and then they all start laughing, like, oh my god, which one of your friends is that? And then I'd be like, oh, it's like Nick and Ryan, and they're like, she's like, hi Nick, hi Ryan.
Oh man,
No, the bit,
That was funny though.
the ultimate bit.
God love her.
the
So-
Boston Celtic pants.
No. We already talked about that one. The meme for Chris that was recurring every time if we were playing with Chris late at night.
Wait.
What would you say every night?
Oh,
Hit it for the chat.
good night, Rob.
Dude, every fucking time he hit that, the boys would die. Because it was like, you didn't notice it the first 10 times, and then you couldn't unhear it. Like every time, 9 to 10.
Stepdad.
It was a stepdad.
Every
Which made
time-
it even funnier because Rob is like just a timid, shy guy.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's exactly the way you would say goodnight to Rob. It's just, good night, Rob.
Every time, so like my door is always open. As he's coming up the stairs to go to sleep, he slept at like 9 p.m. because he works super early in the morning. Every single time we look at each other, he'd be like, "Good night, Chris," and I'm on the headset. I'm like, "Good night, Rob." But it happens
Every night.
It's like a meme. It's every fucking time, every day at the same time, in the same tone, like just everything. Oh fuck!
Oh, good night,
Wow,
Rob.
man,
That's a
fuck. I
fucking-
missed that
that's an
shit. I
age-old
missed that
classic.
shit.
I haven't heard
But
that
yeah,
in a
like
while.
I'd be playing like Surge Story Team that match, like yo, pat over here, and then like in the middle of me speaking that, I'm like, "Good night, Rob." Like go back to my sentence after. Oh yeah, that was good shit.
Yeah, but the one thing to pivot into was midnight releases. Did you guys ever attend a midnight release?
No. How could I explain that to my parents?
You look your parents dead in the eyes and you
at
go,
midnight.
I am a fucking loser, mom.
They'd be like,
Yeah.
"You
And I'm gonna go pick up my other loser friend, Chris, and we're gonna go be losers together
would I get
outside in the middle of the winter.
How
We had
would I get
cars. So here's the thing. My first midnight release, I was in high school, so I had a friend with a car. So we went to, I think it was Halo 4.
Ooh.
I missed out on the Gears of War 2 midnight release where you got a gold gun, which I fucking am mad about. But first year university, that was like when me and Chris were hanging out a lot and drinking a lot. And we were like playing a lot of CODs. So I think me and Chris went together to like 3 or 4 midnight releases, but this was already as kind of the hype was dying down because you could get them online. So there was like, back in the day, it was sick because if you went to a midnight release, you would have the game 8 hours before everyone else, woke up in the morning to go buy it when the stores open. So it was like a leg up and like you'd stay up all night and it was kind of sick because you'd like be fucking level 30 or 40.
Back then when you can actually download a game in 30 minutes.
Yeah. But it's just funny how it kind of devolved from this cool cultural thing where like they'd give out free shit, there'd be tournaments, like, and there'd be like 200 people online. Like I still remember the funniest one I went to, I think it was me and Chris. We went to one of EB games on Fairway Road.
I knew it, yep.
And there was a big fucking nerd who had a fucking he had a chair, a camping chair set up in the back of his pickup truck. He was first in line. He goes in, he picks up the first copy, he gets some free shit, gets in there, and then there's a line of people, and he stands up, holds his copy, and goes, "Tonight, boys, we shall game!" And then everyone goes, "Woo!" And everyone got fucking turned. And I was like, man, like that's fucking epic.
Holy
So nerdy,
shit.
but so fucking joke.
Man, I love
So
that
that
shit.
that was like a core memory, but then it kind of just devolved to the point where me and Chris would go we go get fucking, he'd come over, we get Popeyes, go get the game at midnight, come home, and then it would take fucking 2 hours to download the updates and the whatever the fuck. So we'd get drunk and then literally we'd go to bed before we even played one game. Like we'd get too drunk.
Or we would play the first couple of games hammered as fuck
And then fall
fuck up
asleep.
all our stats.
fuck
We're so mad at
everything.
Arcadie's like 0.3.
Yeah.
We're hammered as shit.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, those were cultural,
That was a
spiritual
cultural thing. But
rituals.
Rest in peace, midnight releases.
R.I.P. Did we go to Grand Theft Auto together?
I think so.
I think we did Grand Theft Auto
so,
as well.
yeah.
5, right?
Yep.
Is that the one? Yeah.
Yeah, that was a huge.
That
release.
was huge. Was it? It was always at Fairview.
They were typically the ones that.
They were
it was
typically
typically a bigger GameStop or EB Games that would do the midnight releases. I went to a couple for Pokemon too with Zach.
Oh shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I
But,
missed that shit. Yeah, I haven't.
gaming, man.
Do they do that anymore? Because they still release physical games.
They do, but I don't think there's not enough hype. People just download them. People fucking download them a day in advance and they've already paid for it, and then at midnight they turn it on.
Do you still buy your games physically?
I do, yes. I believe in physical
too?
copies.
I can't remember the last game I bought, but
Yeah,
actually
that's mine.
I buy used ones when I go to when I go to the mall or something. I go to EB Games, and I'll just look through the used bins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just bought one the other day actually.
Which one?
NASCAR Heat 4.
Fuck off.
Oh,
No way.
Yeah, not kidding.
When was that released?
Fucking, I don't know, man. Probably honestly a year ago.
What?
Yeah, I paid $25
For PS4?
Yeah. For PS4, yeah.
Is
Because,
it good?
dude, what
What does a NASCAR game play like?
I played the NASCAR before.
I'll bring it over.
We just hold the trigger left.
I used to play, man, for PS2. My dad didn't play a lick of a video game, but he bought all the NASCAR games, man.
Really?
He bought NASCAR 03, 04, 05, 06, just because he likes to collect the physical things, and he also, at the time, he was into NASCAR because his favorite car was in the NASCAR, like Dodge was in NASCAR, so they got into it. And he would just watch me and my brother play, and we would do split screen, and he would get so upset because me and my brother would just like, as soon as the race started, we would turn our cars around, just drive the other way, and just smash all the other cars. And my dad would be like,
did that, yeah.
you can't do that. You gotta go straight. There's only 15
go
laps left.
straight.
And we're like, nah, it's no fun. And we would always come up in pit maneuver, and like, it's kind of, the physics of it was kind of fun. It was like a smash up derby, But the gameplay, I bought this one thinking it would be cooler. And my dad he likes fucking around with it sometimes. Like I'll be like, "Oh, we want to play," and he'll be like, "Okay." But it's the same. It's just reskinned. It's the same as 06.
Yeah.
It's just reskinned.
Yeah.
With better graphics. There's no modes that enhance the game. It's the same. Be a pro kind of thing.
Like my player
My
type.
career, my player, my car, online. That's it.
Yo, cause I
was
had
very
I
disappointed.
had like NASCAR 06 or 07,
Sick game.
but like what I can remember is it's kind of boring though.
Very boring.
Like
Very
it's literally you just press R2 or whatever X whatever,
very
and you
boring.
yeah, it's still the same shit.
Same shit.
Who the fuck is buying that shit?
That's what I mean.
NASCAR for
Dude, because I
NASCAR.
was looking for that. I was looking for that game for a while, just to have it. I just wanted to see what it looked like on PS4. So I was looking for that game for a while, and nobody had it. Nobody had it, brand new or used. And I said, like, why don't you guys don't carry it? And they're like, it's not a popular game, man. It's not COD. It's not Fortnite. I was like, true, okay. And then I just found it randomly the other day, and I was like, I gotta get it, just for shits.
Just for shit.
Nostalgia, I guess.
Is there any other like niche nostalgia games that you play that like weren't in any of the genres? Just like fond memories or like a weird game that like you loved a lot that like other people wouldn't necessarily relate to?
I got one actually.
For me, I think one of the ones
I
was
got
Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2004.
Ooh,
Specifically 2004. I think the games before that and after that, I think I've tried them all and it didn't hit quite the same. It was the perfect fucking golf simulator, and I fucking maxed my stats out and I beat Sunday Tiger Woods. Suck my dick, Sunday Tiger Woods, you fucking bitch. That motherfucker was so hard to beat.
Cheating ass
so
motherfucker.
fucking cheating
I
ass
had a
bitch.
Hot Shots Golf for PSP.
Ooh, we had a
which
PSP.
one.
Yo, was that the one with the, like,
Oh, yeah.
Did you have Daxter?
What's that?
Wait, did you have Untold Legends? The RPG?
Uncharted? No.
It was like a RuneScape type game. That game was good.
I actually can't remember what I had for PSP. What game was it?
Yo, the golf one is that with like
It's probably in there somewhere.
is that with like Wii like characters?
Yeah, Hot Shots is cartoony.
yeah.
Yeah, like
yeah,
bigger like bobblehead type figure shit. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, PGA 07. 04 for you, but me and Cisco played 07 like
Okay.
no tomorrow. But my nostalgia game is MotorStorm
Oh yeah,
on the
Okay,
PS3.
I feel like that game had sick graphics for the time.
That game was a lot.
dirt
it was a-
moves, right?
So it was a launch title with the PS3 as well. So I caught Full Auto and MotorStorm at the same time, dude. Till this day, 10 out of 10. That's one of the best games I've ever played in my life. And at the time, it was like almost revolutionary. It was like Grand Canyon
It was really
driving
cool. It was really,
with like buggies or trucks or rally cars, and all cars actually felt very different, like the driving dynamics and everything. And yeah, I mean, at the time, like the graphics were fucking insane. It was actually a really hype game when the PS3 first came out. I mean, people were playing it for years, and then they never got the game never got a sequel and just died down.
Really?
Yeah.
Never got a sequel?
But from the odd time, this is so weird. The odd time, like every 6 months, I'll Google MotorStorm 2.
Yeah.
And I'll go on some random fanboy Reddit page.
Yeah.
And it's like all these guys like, I'm still fucking waiting, bro. Like, I saw this hint the other day. Maybe it's gonna fucking lead to this. And it's just like, man, it's like it kind of had a culty committee, or it does now at least, because insane ass game. I love that game actually. I need to buy that game again.
Sure.
I need to find it somewhere. That shit was awesome.
I didn't get into like the shooters and stuff really that early, but I really like strategy games and like what do they call it, like turn-based strategy.
Turn-based strategy, yeah.
So I'd play like probably the game I played the most was probably Civilization.
Oh, Sid Meier's Civ.
Sid Meier's Civs 4.
How do those
5.
work? I never.
Yeah.
I was always
agree.
intrigued by them, but I didn't know how the fuck they
Same.
played.
I don't understand either.
Like were they like Age of Empires, StarCraft type,
Yeah,
like
Age of
RTS?
Empires, yeah, or
Like you had a
Total
faction, you
War.
controlled units and stuff.
well, I thought it was always like RuneScape esque. No?
Well, it's click like overhead click.
Yeah,
click based, but
that's
it's turn based. So basically, you do whatever you can within your turn, and so you manage your cities. You make new cities. You can make workers or warriors or whatever you want to do. And then as soon as you're done and all your cities can't do anything else, you can't do anything else in your turn. You hit next turn. It simulates all the other players you're playing against. If you're playing solo, and it'll simulate everyone what they would do.
Yeah.
And then it goes back to your turn.
Yeah.
And then based on what they did, you would get all these notifications saying, oh, China just declared war on you. And you're like, bro, what? And then next thing you know, there's like 15 barbarians at your border with like slingers and catapults. And you're like, it's fucking 300 BC. Why are you attacking me? And It was such a revolution.
And do you progress through like different ages as you?
Yeah,
That's
you
sick.
start in the basic, like you can only make like, and you have to research technologies. So that's part of it. So
So you can evolve faster than everyone else and slaughter everyone.
you could. So in the new games now they have a thing like where it's science. You have all these different metrics like science, culture, like your gold per turn. So you can like maximize your gold output for your empire to like, I don't like that helps long game. You can maximize your science so that like you're most technologically advanced or culturally advanced. There's different benefits to being
Either
different like metas, but yeah, you could. I would always play where like you just rush science, and then like
spam science.
spam
And
science,
just like turbo machine guns, fucking Gatling guns,
spam
rail
science,
guns.
play peaceful, make allies, spam science, and then like when everyone else has like fucking musket men, you have infantry, like World War II infantry, and then you have like B-52s, and everyone else has like observation balloons from the First World War. They're just developing this. Like notifications will come on screen. It's like Genghis Khan just researched observation or whatever, like metallurgy, and you're like sick, dude. I'm on fission
You've
now.
got a pack of punch guns.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
already have ray
Apocalypse
guns
gun.
already.
And like
How could you like into the future? Or like when did it cap out?
Yeah, so
Like, what was the craziest
Civ 5 capped, I think, they did the information era, which you could have the maximum unit you could have for like ground unit was like, it was called the Giant Death Robot. And it was just this robot that was fueled by uranium. And,
Holy
like,
fuck.
yeah, and then in the new Civs, the Civ 6, they upgraded that further where you can actually like pack a punch that guy, and he can get force fields, so like bombers can't attack him. He's invincible to like you Max is like level 5, and he like just decimates cities. He'll just walk on, you'll siege it. So there were siege units and infantry units, cavalry units, archer units. So you'd siege the city with catapults in the early eras, and then you have to walk on with like an infantry unit to take the city with the guys. Yeah. When I first started playing the game, I didn't know that, so I just kept attacking with like siege units. I'm like, and it has no health. I'm like, why can't I get on this? And then my friend, shout out Lorenzo, we used to play this game all the time. He'd be like, dude, you have to walk onto it with a horse. Like when the catapults are outside the city, the city's not going to give up. You have to go in with guys. Yeah. And I was like, oh, true. And then I just started swamping everyone.
So interesting.
But it's such a cool game. Like that was.
I've always wanted to get into those games
Yeah.
because it was always so critically acclaimed.
They are. They
Yeah.
all
Man, those
do
games
amazing,
like there was always on top of Metacritic, IGN, like 97,
Yeah.
like 98. I'm like, what the fuck? But I never got into them. Like I never even tried one actually.
Dude, I'll bring it over. The new ones, like the new one is pretty sick, and they're still doing updates for it. It's like maybe a 7-year-old game.
Damn.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
like GTA because like it takes so long and so much money to make
Right.
a new one to
Another one,
improve
yeah.
on.
Well, because it's so fucking like
In depth,
detailed.
It's so immersive. Like the last update they released that I know of, they introduced secret societies. So like there was religion tiers. So now like in the new one too, they have like you can make missionaries, prophets. So like your prophets can add tenets to your religion.
Muhammad.
So yeah, and you can make your
insane.
your religion whatever you want, like Sugma, and then Paris just converted to Sugma balls, and then like you can send your missionaries out, and like the other guys will get pissed because they're like why are you converting my cities, bro? And it's like because then you can like choose responses. You can be like
fucking
you can
crazy.
be like because my religion is the one religion. Fuck you.
Jeez.
And they had in the secret societies, that was cool. And then you can get they have like the last time I played, they had like the vampiric secret society, like the Illuminati, and you would get like a vampire unit, and it was pretty cool. Yeah, like this secret dude who would just like he could teleport and he would never die. Every time he would get killed in battle, he would transport back to your capital and get stronger.
Wow.
But over the ages, he would get stronger, but there's only one of him, and he's nerfed somehow. Like I don't know what the
that's fucking crazy.
nerf
What?
debuff is, but it's
So much information that I knew nothing about.
Dude,
But it's interesting.
I always thought it was so
You would
complicated
love this
too.
game. You would love this
Yeah,
fucking
I feel like you would actually.
Yeah.
I feel like you would love this game.
I love those like managing strategy games, like
See, while you were playing that, I was playing the one true game.
Skyrim.
Minecraft.
Oh my!
Oh yeah, Marcus.
well, I
hit
still
it.
play
could
Minecraft
never.
too on my shitty little Acer
How
laptop.
many hours have you poured into Minecraft?
So many. So many hours. I don't know how you guys never got into it. You got into it.
I did.
It was just like 2 years too kiddie for me. Like I was just busy playing
was never
the other
kiddie.
COD. I
was.
didn't know that though.
It
I
was
didn't know that
very-
though. Early on when it came out, it was.
thought
And
it
then I
still
just
was.
never changed.
I mean,
I
I
never
didn't play it early on when it came out.
Well, you're a creative guy. Pat's just autistic, so
yeah, two very different
he's
types.
too autistic for Minecraft.
Wait, is
Yeah, I mean,
Minecraft?
it's
Is
much
that possible?
More like slow and relaxed, and it's just like
Yeah.
it's more like a immersive world. Like you just
Is it in VR? I feel like I'd
might
like
be
it
at
in
this
VR.
It's kind of fire.
That would be
That'd be
kinda sick.
fucking
If
sick.
Minecraft was in VR, that'd be sick.
Why is it not in VR? I feel like it's the simplest
I've
game.
seen like a video, but I think it's I don't know. Maybe they're working on it. Or maybe it's
I would
not.
love
Yo,
to
is
play that.
Minecraft like? Is it the same game that was released like?
No,
10, 20 years?
It's so it's like GTA 5. It's like it's not even the same
Yeah.
game anymore.
Oh,
Minecraft is
okay,
like
okay.
such a complex game. It's basically
You
a
can-
world,
yeah.
and you can do whatever
Anything,
you want
yeah.
in the game. You can just build, you can explore,
Yeah.
you can. There's like it's so like advanced now. Like the game itself, the mechanics in the game is so advanced. There's people who've built computers inside of Minecraft,
Like there's a guy who made
functioning.
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
a guy made a
computers.
Game Boy Color in Minecraft that plays Pokemon Red.
Because in the game, there's like mechanics
How?
that are like tech mechanics. It's basically like there's like wiring and code and transistors and all that kind of shit. And so if people build a huge scale, like people
The
build
developers and engineers of Minecraft. Was this always a possibility? Like, did they implement
I don't
this
think so.
so
I think-
somebody?
yeah,
Well,
I think they just
no, they
released a
just
creative
updated
game with
the
blocks,
patch. Yeah, they were
and
just
then
like,
it
let's
just
do
got
this.
Yeah,
became
the game's
what it
been
is
the
now.
same.
Holy shit!
And then they slowly added like just more and more blocks.
that's the cool
Crazy.
thing
And every
about
time
video
they add a
games,
block,
though, is that
there's
they get
new uses for the blocks, and then there's new
exactly.
uses to mix them with this and then with that, which creates this, which makes you that. And
It's a very community-based game. A lot of like these games that where the developers let the players kind of discover
They do better.
and develop things. Like they'll take good ideas from mods, like
Yeah.
Minecraft mods or Civ mods.
What's Gary's mod? That turned into an actual game, right? Wasn't it like Team Fortress 2 was Gary's mod or something like that?
it was?
Or am I just making? I think Gary's mod's a game. I'm fucking
even know
stupid.
Gary's
that
mod. No,
Gary's
you're
mod
right.
mod.
Gary's mod is a game, but it was Gary's mod of
Half-Life.
Half-Life.
Yeah.
they just took,
So
like, the engine
I was gonna say
and
Portal.
stuff.
I was gonna say Portal.
Portal is a mod, right?
Right.
Portal's a mod.
Yeah, Portal's. Wait, Tran.
What?
Zishin. Portal.
Yeah, Portal's a mod. Gary's mod.
Yeah, Gary's mod. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. What the fuck is Gary's mod?
Well, it came. It was a sequel to John's mod. Which is a sequel to Ryan's mod.
Yeah, I
Sequel
played those.
to Ligma Ball.
Ligma mod.
Ligma mod.
Ligma mod.
Ligma mod.
What other? Yeah, Minecraft is fucking insane.
Yeah.
It's funny that you said strategy games because I've never played Civ. I didn't know that Civ was like that, but I have, and I did love. I played StarCraft, Brood War, the first one. Played that a lot. But here's the thing. I always liked the concept of those games, but I didn't have the patience for them because I was ADHD. So what I did and what I really enjoyed was the games that had cheats available. So StarCraft,
Fuck off.
Age of Empires 2, and Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Shout out Heroes of Might and Magic 3 if you play that game, you're a real one.
Magic Mike.
Okay, so you
Heroes
did
of
play-
Heroes of
you did play
Heroes
Age
of Magic
Empires.
Mike.
Dude, what?
Yeah,
the-
I did,
Where's
yeah.
this game?
Where is
Why
this?
is it not available when I was a kid?
So Heroes of Magic Mike 3. So all those games had one thing in common. They had cheats where you could like, the minute you started a scenario or a game, you could just like spam out. Like I still remember the cheats to fucking Heroes of Might and Magic 3 were all Matrix things. So it was like NWC Nebuchadnezzar, NWC Zion.
Nebuchadnezzar?
And, like, Zion would give you the full map. And like in Age of Empires, Jimmy's cheesesteak pizza would give you infinite meat. Lumberjack would give you wood. Marco Polo would unleash the map for you. I think in StarCraft, the cheats were, I forget the StarCraft cheats, but I had them like memorized or written down. But I would just like start a scenario. I would start the hardest scenario where it's like me against like 7 different civilizations, 7 different people and NPCs. And I would put on the hardest difficulty and I would just spam. And then they would be fucking building faster. So even with cheese, it'd be difficult. I just like max out with the highest level units. Like this fucking army of like Goliaths in StarCraft, or an army of fucking like, there was a cheat where you could spawn Cobras, like the car, like Ford Cobras, and they would shoot fucking bullets out of their doors. So that was fucking stupid, like an army of Cobras. And then in Heroes of Might and Magic, you could just like spawn Azure Dragons, which like were the craziest like unit that you could build. But those games are fun as fuck. And the other game that has like a very huge, significant spot in my heart, well, Juice, Burnout, fucking and One Street Ball,
Oh, NBA Street Volume 2.
all those weird games. But it's the Tony Hawk series. Like I grew up on that shit. And actually Chris put me on. Chris was the first. I had Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 on the PC when I just came to Canada, or 1. and I liked it. But then Tony Hawk's Pro Skater
Came from-
4 with Alcatraz, I saw you playing that, and I was like, this
Yeah.
is fucking sick.
That's when I
So
broke my arm.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember that.
I played Tony Hawk's Underground.
That,
Yeah,
so
oh,
that
that's-
was fucking
that's
Tony
the
Hawk's
one.
Underground.
That's the one.
Who's the fucking little shit-eating fuck Eric when he steals your fucking footage in Hawaii? That bastard. Fuck you, Eric.
I still will randomly have the thought in my head of one of the people in that game somewhere. There's a guy who gives you tomatoes and he goes, "Hey, here's some tomatoes." And I'll just be walking around and just go, "Hey, here's some
What are you playing, bro?
You literally corrupted your save file in your
Give you
brain.
tomatoes and then you can have
That was
tomatoes and
Tony
throw
Hawk's
tomatoes.
Underground too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Barcelona.
yeah,
You're
but
right.
yes,
Barcelona.
So I actually that is the one game that I started replaying, and it does hit good. Maybe we'll get baked one day. We'll play it because it is fun. I was trying to actually play it where because every city had objectives, but if you completed like 8 of the 14, you can still progress to the next city. I was trying to beat it. I was trying to beat every challenge, but then my save file got corrupted and this fucking TV sucks. So maybe we'll get it again and beat it. But that game was fucking amazing. And then that was a natural progression to Skate. And Skate was fucking amazing. 1, 2, 3, and then nothing, right? No one thought another Skate was coming out. And then they just announced this year Skate 4 is coming out. So
Damn.
it's about time.
We should do a LAN party.
Oh, it's probably a fucking random number.
So when that comes out, I am getting that. I am playing the fuck out of it.
That is coming out, right?
That's probably the only, like, I'll play a little bit of Warzone when it comes out. I'll get the new Skate. I'll get a new Gears of War. Other than that, though,
Hey.
I'll always get the
Hey.
new Halo. Other than that, though, there's no other new game that I'll get and play.
Hey. Let's do a LAN party.
I'm down.
LAN party.
I'm down. We should all like bring our favorite games and like, okay, you show us how to play Civ, and then we like.
Yeah, everybody gets 1 hour.
Yeah, everyone gets 1 hour of show and tell.
You can't in 1 hour with Civ.
Really? It's
Civ
long.
is like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Each game is like, what, 9-10 hours probably? Like, I'll play for like, well, if you're playing with like 4 guys, like, yeah, you're sitting down for a while. Because like I've tried with my other friends, like we've tried to set up like Civ game where it's like, well, we start at like 6 and then like, because it's turn-based and like you get more advanced in the eras, you have more shit to do. You have more cities, you have more units. So one guy's turn would take 10 minutes. And it's once you play with 4 guys, you have to wait for each guy.
Dude,
Right,
I don't
right.
have the patience for that.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
There's no way.
Nobody
Okay.
did. Eventually, nobody did. But you can do simultaneous turns, which is interesting too. But it would be a fun game to do. Like, I'd show you guys, and like you'd be like, "Wow, you can do this. You can do this." Like, for me, like a solo game is probably like 4 hours. Like
Wow.
4.5 hours. Yeah, like from start to finish. If I'm just rushing and do my shit.
Man, I couldn't even
I-
do
I-
Battlefield because I thought the games were too long.
I feel like I've lost that passion to sit down for that extent. If I was a streamer, I could do it, but just like as an adult and it's not paying me money, I just can't sit the fuck down for like 4 or 5 hours and like just game anymore.
I could
like
do
I'm
it
just
still.
wasting my
I
time.
could do it. I still
can't. Sorry, for me, it's like COD is too quick.
It is.
It's like you play one game and then you're sitting.
Yeah,
You get
lobby, yeah.
And then I'm like, or like when you die in COD,
Yeah, you're just idling.
like you're idling and then you're like, fuck, and then you hit your vape or whatever and you're just like, cancer. With this, it's like there's no dying. It's open war battlefield. So like I could be in war with another faction. And I could be like, it's strategy. Oh fuck, they're moving into my land. I need to produce more tanks.
You tried
It's like
just
then
not dying in Call of Duty?
Yeah. Stop being shit.
I've always tried not dying in Call of Duty and I always die.
Wait.
How does that work?
What? Why just see? It's crazy that I'm thinking back to all the fucking games I've played that you forget how much.
Simpsons
how
Hit and
much
Run.
Yeah, like how much I fucking like the one game, Destiny. I literally I went
you
to a
did- you
midnight
played that.
release with GoGo and them, and I had an Xbox One at the time, and they were hyping me up about this game Destiny that was coming out by Bungie. So they're like, it's gonna be similar to Halo. They fucking hyped me up so much at the time that I bought a PS4 Destiny Glacier White Bundle Edition at midnight. I fucking spent $600. I didn't have that money either. I was fucking dead broke. So I bought a PS4 at midnight. We had a LAN party, which was sick. That was my first ever LAN party. It was like 4 of us. We in his room or in his basement room back where he lived with his parents, and we all had the game set up. And the game was functionally sick. I played that game a lot because it was like right now it's 4 of us, right? We'd all have our player. You can customize your player. You customize your gun, and then we'd be dropped into a scenario. And that scenario could take 1 to 3 hours, where you're just progressing through enemies like a zombies game. But then there's one final boss at the end, and the final boss drops loot, and the loot can have sick guns and like that. Like the concept of Destiny, like we all would have loved it. Like I know right now,
I
if we
played
all
it.
got that game.
Well, I played it when I was at your house.
and it's fun. The
was
mechanics were
decent.
good.
It was
It was
decent.
fun.
It
The
was
PvP
decent.
was good. Great game. and then PUBG. I know. That is the reason I have that PC right there. Same. Those motherfuckers. They always get me. Those gaming fucks. It was a LAN party. It was actually a gaming decathlon. We picked 10 video games, and we all had a partner, and we all played throughout. His buddy had a giant house in downtown Kitchener, and we set up 6 PCs in the basement, 6 PCs in the attic, and then we had an N64 on the main level. And we had 10 games, and you and your partner would play, and whoever had the high score won like the prize. And we all like pitched like $20 for a grand prize pool. So that was fun. But in the basement, they had a PUBG, and I was watching them play, and I was like, this game is crazy. There's 100 people. You have to just survive. And in my first game ever, I came in second because I just hid. I didn't even know how to play, but I just hid.
Oh shit!
And
on the PC too?
On the PC.
And you weren't even a PC guy.
And I was like, this is the most fun I've had in a video game in a long time. So I literally spent $2,000 the next day. I went to Canada Computer, I bought that shit, and I played like, I think I played like what, 20 days on PUBG. Like I was
you
good
played
at
more. You played 20.
Steam has
20 in time.
20 in game days.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
I fucking played a lot of PUBG.
I was gonna say, yeah, you played a
was
decent
fucking
chunk.
good at that game.
I played PUBG too. We played PUBG, DayZ.
And that game looked fun, DayZ.
Can I confess I've never played PUBG ever?
It's so now I think just getting into it. It was a period of time. Like if you played it in that launch period, like what was kind of sick about that game, you could get a loot chests. And I mean, I'm sure you have like, we'll go with you with your best CS:GO loot story. But in PUBG, like you would get crates if you like won a game or whatever, and you would open it and you could get stuff that's worth money. So I got a pair of pants that I sold for $80. So I paid for the game. I bought a couple other games.
Now were the pants in game or in real life?
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, they were in game. Did you ever have a crazy knife run in CS?
Yeah. So, when I first started playing CS, I just wanted to be cool. I got the game. Everyone's playing. Everyone was already better than me. I was shit. I was just getting better at FPS on the computer. And so I think I dropped I just got a part-time job, and I was like, fuck, I'm balling out. Got like a $400 paycheck. Bought like $100 worth of keys or something. Probably like 40 keys or something. Bought a bunch of cases. So what you do in CS, you buy a case, buy the key, and then, or cases will drop. Keys will drop sometimes too, I guess. Anyway, open up the case, and it does like the roll, it goes tick, 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 like a slot machine, and then it slows down, and there's rarity of guns. So there's like blue, purple. Every game has that now. And then on Skype, you could screen share. I think it was on Skype. You could screen share. So I was screen sharing, and I was like, I'm going to open up some cases. All my buddies like, oh, okay, I'm down. Let's watch. Third case, open it up. I got like a pink stat track. What stat track means, it's like a level up of your gun, and it tracks your kills on the gun. So when you're in game, it'll say how many kills you have with that gun.
Sick.
So when you die, someone else can pick it up, and then they can inspect it and look at it, and they be like, oh shit, this guy's got like 1,000 kills with this AK. So I got a stat track AK-47 Cartel factory new, which I go, oh, that's pretty sick. Like I got a AK-47 pink. I know pink is good. And my buddy goes, he's not watching. He's, holy shit. He's like, what is that? Go back. He's like, do you know how much that's worth? And I go, no. Like, why? And he's like, it's stat track. Do you know what that means? So stat track will also increase the value of the gun's skin, like 4x or something.
Oh, shit.
So I go, no, how much? He's like, go check the marketplace right now. So I checked the marketplace. It was like $120. Shit. And I was like, I was ecstatic. I was like, what the fuck? I've only opened 3, and I got like 10. I think maybe 10 keys. I was like, I still got 7 more keys. I'm like, fuck, this is gonna be sick. I got all dog shit the next 7. I had that thing. Actually, it's probably still in my inventory somewhere. I didn't sell it. It just went down in price because when a new case comes out, everything's hot. Case goes away, more people get this items that are inside, and then shit goes down. But I remember, I think I just started buying skins over time, got better at the game, and then I was buying and selling, so making a little bit of money here and there. I ended up having like some money in my account, like maybe 280 or something. I bought a knife, so I had like, finally, that was like the cool thing. Everyone had skins, but if you have a knife, then your skin inventory is pretty sick. And at the time I was playing CS:GO Lotto was a big thing, like gambling, gambling with your skins online, which is like basically child gambling. Yeah, children gamble. And basically you go on, upload your skins, send your skins to another server. You basically trade them away, and then they're in your account. So they're whatever value of the skin is, you have that dollar amount, and you can bet. And there was CS:GO, what is it called? Coin flip. And basically we just flip a coin in the thing on the screen, land, and you choose one, you get 50-50 chance, and you can wager how much. So and there were like tier brackets of like who was betting the most. You could go into like the top tier if you wanted to bet $100, $400.
Wasn't like FaZe Banks who like got booked for that?
Like what was his name? Not Roman App. Syndicate.
Oh, Syndicate. Yeah,
Syndicate was
booked
like
for that.
there was a whole scandal with that.
Yeah.
But so I was playing at that time.
Fuck.
And I remember like I kept playing and I kept winning. And my buddy was over and he's like, dude, let's go into like the high brow. I was up like $600. I was at $800. And I was like, he's like, dude, let's just go for it all. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm down. And there was a streamer at the time. His name was Luna. And he was streaming, playing this game. And he was pretty big, like 2 mil subs. He was in the top tier. You could see who was playing in the top tier. So I joined his queue. I'm playing against Luna. And he's like, dude, bet it all, like $800. So I could bet 800. He could bet 900 if he wanted. Like there was like a buffer of how much you could bet minus or plus, and then you would get a higher percentage of like chance of winning. It would be like 52% to 48%. It's still a coin toss.
Sus.
So I bet like 800 and he bet like 870 or something. So he had like a 51.002 chance of winning and I had a 49.
Yeah.
It coin flip and I'm like hot. Coin flips, boom, I lose, lost all my shit. And then I think I made my way back up, got pissed, made my way back up to like 500 or 600, bought some cool shit. And then at the time the next day I installed like cheats or something and I was just fucking walling everyone. Like I was just shooting through walls, killing everyone. Got back banned that day. I have an account still with probably about $600 worth of stuff on it, just locked up. Can't access it anymore.
Money.
This is
Real
is
money,
that real?
Okay.
Yeah, like
Real money.
if his account was activated, he could like cash out.
I could go on marketplace. I could go on the Steam marketplace and put it all for sale, and probably make my money like make $600 on Steam.
Yeah.
But then how you get it off Steam? Michael Shaw was good for that. He was good for like, man, he was
Laundering money.
He's laundering money. Basically, that's what this is. He was good for, and he would bet on the games too. He would bet skins on games. So he knew all the teams and he knew like all these guys are hot. So he would bet. He's like Michael is a gambler. Dude.
Oh
like,
yeah,
he's a gambler.
He got some good stories.
And he would bet on games. He would bet on like he knew how to like he knew guys. He had like contacts in his. I don't know how it worked, but he would sell the skin to the guy, and the guy would just send him like if the skin was worth $40, the guy would send him $35 on PayPal. So he would cash out his skins on PayPal. So he would make money, cash the skins out on PayPal, and then just have like. He used to do this shit. Like he would like just sit there for hours on the computer, just like try and make money on CS economy. But that was crazy. How like
little economy, yeah, stock market.
I tried to tell my dad about that, and he goes,
I
"What?
didn't know
Same thing.
any of that.
I know,
me too.
I know,
Crazy.
It's fucking insane.
Crazy.
And like what Eric's talking about is like peanuts. Like there are like skins to this day that are worth like 10, 20, 30K.
20 grand.
Like knives, like diamond rainbow knives that are worth fucking 30 grand.
Jesus.
It's fucked.
But do people buy
Yeah.
at that rate?
Yeah.
At that point.
Because at that point, like you have a Dubai prince who just bought CSGO and he wants the best thing. So what's he gonna buy? The best thing because he can.
Because what happens with those ones that are like 10K, what happens is that the game devs like Steam or what's the Valve would, the old cases that you could get those skins from,
They're archived.
they would then archive the cases because nobody's buying them. And there's like, maybe they're worth like 20 cents. So they would archive the cases and then people would be like, wait, the case isn't, I can't buy it.
So you
What the
can never
fuck?
get
You
it
can
again.
never get that skin again. So then the red rarity skins, which is the top tier or the knives or whatever, you can't, they're like discontinued, right?
Yeah.
So then whatever's left is on stock. So then the price just goes
yeah.
to the roof.
Of course.
So the Op Dragon lore, that was okay.
But that sounds sick.
It's a yeah.
What
it's
is it?
like-
A gun?
It's,
Sniper?
it's a sniper with the drag like a gold and red dragon on the side.
Google this shit.
It's
That's fire.
Easily
the
the
dragon lore. Is
Op
is
Dragon.
one of the like the hypest guns.
yeah easily. Back in the day it used to be, or there's the Op Hyper Beast. That one was sick.
Op dragon lore.
Do Op Dragon lore and Op Hyper Beast.
Holy fuck!
Yeah.
Salsa.
Available from two grand to 244,000.
Yeah. So factory news
What?
244. And then in the game.
Wow.
So you could have a skin that was, so there was like well worn,
Yeah.
field tested. So there were different grades of wear on the skin.
sick.
If you had and then they called it float value. So you could have each skin would have a different pattern of wear on the gun. So there were field tested knives. That was what the skin was called, which is like the mid grade, where there's a little bit of wear. There were some that looked like shit, and some that looked really good for field tested. So it's like, wow, that's a really good feel. Because you can inspect in the game.
Jesus.
So it was called the float value. So you could have a factory new Op Dragon Lore, where there's no scuffs on it all. You could like look in the gun in the game, look at the scope. Is there a scratch on the scope? So
Wow.
yeah, it's crazy. Like it goes so in depth into that.
The
shit.
more like if you use the gun in like online battles
No.
and shit, it does no wear and tear.
No, if you
It just looks that way.
it just looks that way. So if you
Sheesh.
got there's minimal wear. So you could have a minimal wear. That's a good example. Minimal wear with like no scuffs. It sells for like a bottom level factory new.
Oh,
like
shit.
10 grand for that thing or whatever. It's crazy. It's
It's
crazy.
like PSA grading.
Yeah.
Yeah, PSA grading.
Yeah, it's like this. It's like
PSA
that.
grading
For an imaginary
virtual guns.
Fuck.
GG.
Virtual weapons
And
that you can't use.
the only way to get these guns are through those crate boxes,
Correct.
which is
Yeah.
all luck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Initially, that's the only way, but then you can obviously go on the marketplace and buy.
Yeah, you could have like invested
like
if you
going-
if you were a fucking
Yeah,
shark.
right.
Yeah.
I guess that's it.
Right.
Call that was the gaming episode.
Gaming.
Gaming.
Let's
The boys
redo
went.
this
to-
whole thing, but all of our parents are sitting next to us. They're just
You
minds
bunch
are
of fucking
blown.
idiots. While you spend all your time, you
Nerds.
could have been outside playing games like us in our good days. Bye, everyone. Peace out.
Somebody here.